Run by J-Rob.
James Robinson had his best day as a pro.
The give to James Robinson, tries the middle, leans for the goal line, touchdown.
But it wasn't enough.
That's the difference of winning and losing, and opportunities that you just don't make, that the team's got to start making.
5 straight losses to start the season isn't the way anybody thought this would go.
Can't get desperate. You got to just keep going to work, and we're going to win some games.
But it's a new week, and it's time for a Sunshine State matchup across the pond. We break it all down next on Jaguars All Access.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter.
I was looking at the scoreboard. Because I showed 31 was right behind. I was like, no.
James Robinson, 58-yard run, looked up at the scoreboard. He told me on Monday, might have slowed him down a little bit because he did that. Nonetheless, James Robinson with another outstanding performance, a career day. Hey, everybody, welcome inside the String Sports Brewery. Come on in here on Fox 30. Come on in Springfield each and every Thursday, usually, but a Wednesday this week because of the London trip. Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Brent Martineau along with Jeff Lageman. And listen, it's 20 in a row. It's 5 losses in a row. We do this. There's like signs of, okay, this is it. Maybe Sunday will be it.
Well, I thought they had a great chance against Tennessee. Tennessee was beat up. I thought the matchup was favorable. And this week, the Miami Dolphins are coming in, having lost 4 in a row. They're not playing well. Their rankings are actually below the Jaguars in so many different categories, with the exception of one, which is turnover differential. And that's really the story for the Jaguars as a football team. Until they fix that, it's going to be hard to get a win.
Well, Baptist Health game-changing moments tell us another story. The last 2 weeks, 4th and inches have been critical plays, and they just can't cash in a critical spot.
Well, and a story for a lot of different reasons. Like you mentioned, it happened the week before. Okay, also, what about a quarterback sneak? And then that had the sneak controversy post-game. And then you had Brandon Linder get hurt on that play. Why wasn't J-Rob on the field? I mean, so many different questions came from that one play, and that's not what you want to talk about.
Well, Baptist Health game-changing moments continue, and this could have been one deep in Tennessee's end. Shaquill Griffin almost had another one, but you mentioned the turnover differential. 1 turnover in 8 games if you count the preseason for the defense.
And this would have been a pick 6.
Yeah.
I mean, this wouldn't have been just a turnover. This is all of a sudden you jump out and have a successful early first quarter, and now all of a sudden you're playing the lead of front runner. And that would have been an outstanding play for Shaq. And that's 3 times that he's had his hands on ball. 2 really good opportunities. One of them would have been a very difficult catch, but that one, 2 hands on the ball and lots of green in front of you. Oh, my.
Yeah, got to make it right. The game-changing moments continue, brought to you by Baptist Health. And hey, I say it every week, but let me tell you again, James Robinson, I love you, man. I mean, this guy is absolutely electric and fun to watch.
The only thing he doesn't have is the speed. I mean, that's that right there at the end where he gets caught. You know, Fred Taylor, Maurice Jones-Drew, they're gone. They're to the house. But James is so good, and he's so good for so many different reasons. He's got the vision, the power. He is an efficient runner. He is a guy that sets up offensive linemen and makes them look better. And now he's 4th in the National Football League in total yards, rushing with 387. Great job by him.
He's a guy you might want in on 4th and inches, is what you're telling me.
And also, yeah, well, I wanted him on the field at 1st and goal from the 5.
Yeah.
Because then all of a sudden, because the NFL is about matchups. And when you want matchups, you want your best player on the field, in my opinion. I think he should have been on the field there. But I will tell you the one also reason I wanted him there was I had him in fantasy this past weekend.
Probably these folks did too. And he delivers in fantasy for a lot of these folks as well. You know who else is delivering, I think? And maybe not to like this crazy, wow, look out, MVP Hall of Famer just yet. But I think Trevor Lawrence has been good. He's getting better and better. He looks comfortable. I think he looks the part of a guy that's going to lead this franchise for a long time. Do you see the same?
I see it. And some of the things that he does, we kind of take for granted. I mean, how many delay of games have we seen? How many times have we seen them not getting lined up properly? You just don't see it. I mean, in most young quarterbacks, you see that. His presence in the pocket, his eyes are always up and looking down downfield. He's never looking for the rush. He's never in a panic and his feet never start pumping. Where you see a quarterback get nervous in the pocket. You don't see that out of him. You see a calm presence in the pocket. You see great leadership. And his greatest quality of all, I think, is how humble he is and how he handles things.
He's terrific behind a microphone so far in his rookie year. Now he'll have to be terrific, and he'll have to do all those things without two of the horses up front. Brendan Linder out. A.J. Cann was out last week, and now you go to replacements on the offensive line. The Jaguars actually do have some depth plays with investments like Ben Barch and also Tyler Shatley, who's been around.
Well, Ben Barch, they've done a great job developing him. He got the start last week for the injured A.J. Cann at the right guard spot, and I thought he did really well. He had a couple tough blocks against Jeffrey Simmons, the talented defensive tackle for the Tennessee Titans. And look, they gave Tyler Shatley a one-year, $2 million deal because of this. Tyler Shatley is a really good football player. Brandon Linder has had a difficult time staying healthy over the years. And I think Tyler Shatley has been the most valuable backup this team has had over the last 4 or 5 years. And he's got 25 career starts under his belt.
Yeah.
And I would trust him being a starter. So is there going to be a little drop-off? Yeah, sure, there's going to be a little bit, but not much.
Well, let's take more a look at Shatley because he's been a valued guy. He's almost like a punchline at times. Tyler Shatley's still on the team, right? Well, not really. This guy's valuable. 8 seasons with the Jags. Can play multiple positions, too, if he needs them.
He can play guard and center, but I think his strongest position is center. And that's where I think he's best at. You know, the crazy thing about Shatley, he is by far the strongest player in the weight room in the Jacksonville Jaguars locker room. I mean, this guy has like a legitimate 500-pound bench, like no joke. I mean, the guy probably could enter strongman competitions when he gets done playing football.
By the way, both him and Barch on the injury report today limited a bit with a groin injury, so also keep an eye on that.
Offensive lineman, they'll be all right.
They'll be okay. Hey, let's talk more about the defense and what they have to do, really this entire team coming out of the gates in the third. We mentioned it last week, but now another -7 last week in the third. That's -42 now coming out of the locker room. That's a big deal.
It's a staggering number. I mean, they're only -3 in the fourth quarter, but really, I mean, put them together, that's a big number. -45 in the second half, but -42 in the third quarter alone. I mean, that's where you got to start making up some differences, you know. And when you come out of the locker room to regain momentum, and right now this football team is not doing that. There's been 3 games where they have allowed opening touchdown drives in the second half, and it's got to change. If they want to have a chance to win, they've got to start doing a better job as a team in the third quarter, and part of that is the defensive communication. They need to clean things up a little bit. Sometimes you can see they're not quite as clean and assignment aware as they need to be.
They go to London this week. Some people thought this could be an advantage over the years in London. If you think that way, and I understand why you might, this team doesn't have that. This is a new regime, a lot of young players. Haven't been over there in a couple of years. I don't think there's any built-in advantage for the Jags. Do you?
I don't think there is, because the Miami Dolphins have been over there too recently.
Yeah.
And you've got a roster that there's been a lot of turnover. It's been 2 years since your last trip to London. The one advantage that they do have, you've got Jimmy Luck, Hamza Ahmad, and then Mike Perkins. I mean, all of these 3 are support staff for the Jaguars in travel, athletic room, and the video department, and they make things as normal as possible for the team as a whole, players and coaches, and that's a real positive, because if you get there and things are different, it's hard to be comfortable as a player and a coach.
Yeah, creatures of habit. Those guys are the MVPs of that trip over to London. We take a break. When we come back, he's the MVP of the film room, and this guy might be the MVP of the team, James Robinson. We talk more about him. We dissect the player or two for the Jags running back. When we come back live from String Sports Brewery. What's up, kids? Hey, good to have them out. You come out too each and every Thursday. I know it's a Wednesday this week, but most Thursdays right here in Springfield. Jaguars All Access live on Fox 30.
Introducing the new Defender. Just the thing for those little everyday trips. Good in heavy traffic. Perfect for catching up with the relatives. Then dropping into the car wash en route. Giving someone a helping hand. Or beating the commute. And putting your feet up after a long day.
Jaguars fans, gear up at Fanatics.com. The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear with all the latest Jag styles. Unique designs by Fanatics. And team jerseys for all your favorite players. Plus 100% authentic autographed collectibles, and much more. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida Blue nurses are standing by for your call. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, here for the one place we call home.
I've been on my get back, cop a bag slow. You would never see that. Use the trap though.
There's never been a better time to be excited about what's possible, to see a clear path to success and put it into motion, to harness the potential, the passion, and the pride that drives you to be relentless in pursuit of your goals, on the field and off. Because with the right team by your side and your everyday money working hard, there's no limit to what's possible.
Jaguars All Access is brought to you by Fields Auto Group, including Land Rover Jacksonville. Step up to luxury at fieldsauto.com. Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. And TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform.
Hit 56 the other day in practice. It's his first career attempt of 50 yards or more. It's on its way. It is off the crossbar.
Yeah, the kicker concerns continue. I mean, it's dropped down the list because there are other concerns around here the last couple of weeks, but it's not a done story. Matthew Wright couldn't get it right, and he hit the crossbar in a 53, and he pushed it right when he slipped on an extra point. So Josh Lambo, could this be the week he rejoins the team as the kicker? We'll talk about it in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. String Sports Brewery here in Springfield. We call it Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Come on by each and every week here at Strings. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman, and where do you stand on the kicker front? Or do you want to talk beer?
I was thinking about that beer he was just pouring, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, Matthew Wright had a tough day, and it's his first career misses that he's ever had. First extra point that he's missed, and also the first field goal. And it wasn't an easy field goal. It's a 53-yarder. So now you're in a little bit of a quandary now because Matthew Wright has been elevated twice. You're allowed 2 standard practice squad elevations with a player on the practice squad. At that point now, if you want to have him kick this week, he needs to be signed to the active roster. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Well, listen, if you have to take us to the film room sooner or later on the kickers, this problem's even worse than I thought.
I can assure you we're not going to do any film room on the kickers, but what we are going to do is look at James Robinson in combo blocks and also an MVP blocking down the field, in my opinion. We'll talk about that after we take a look at this film.
Inside handoff to James Robinson, all kind of room, 40, 45, along the far sideline, 40, 30, 25, 20. James Robinson tripped up inside the 15-yard line. A terrific run by J. Rob.
Welcome into the football lab. And James Robinson had a great 58-yard run early in the ball game and had a couple of combo blocks that helped spring him. What's a combo block? It's the combination of 2 offensive players blocking 2 defenders, and where they are and where they line and where they go could depend on which offensive player picks up the second one. So to give you an example, when James gets the ball on the play, he actually kind of shows he's going in this hole. The linebacker to this side comes over here. So Linder, the center, comes off and blocks him, and then Norwell stays on the tackle. On this side over here, great job by Barch and Jawan Taylor, because they take this tackle and they literally drive him all the way back into the lap of the linebacker, taking him out. So these 2 combo blocks were critical. What James Robinson does, once he shows going up into here, he bounces it right through here and he's hitting it with speed. because he has that speed, it now negates and makes the angle by the safety bad. And James is off to the races. He also gets a little bit of help to the outside. Laviska Shenault gets a great block. Didn't have a lot of catches, didn't have a lot of targets. My blocker of the day. But 2 combo blocks that spring him, and he's off to the races. Let's jump into the film and take a look at it. Now at the beginning of the play, let's take a look at it in slow motion so we can see these combo blocks. There's the combo block to the left side. And you can see the linebacker ducking to the inside. Linder picks him up. The other 2 guys, Barch and Taylor, drive the defensive tackle off into the lap of the linebacker. There's the crease for James Robinson. Take a look at the speed that he hits this crease. You can see the safety Byard coming up, thinks he's got a good angle, but because J-Rob hits it with great speed, the angle is bad, and it's off to the races. A great run with 2 great combo blocks. And Laviska Shenault Jr. has done an amazing job. He was the MVP wide receiver blocking in that game, in my opinion, and I know that everybody wants to see him get the ball more and totally understand and get that. But when you only get 1 target as a wide receiver, you still have a job to do. And Laviska literally ragdolls defensive backs on regular occasion. It's such a mismatch because he's so daggum big as a wide receiver.
He is really strong. By the way, Jags have run the ball so well, it's weird for them to be 0-5. Usually you run the ball this well, you win some games.
Well, if you run the ball well and then you win the turnover battle,
well, that's
the
games.
Formula. But you got to have that.
Yeah, and they're last in the turnover battle. When we come back, we talk to Shaq. Shaquill Griffin will join us here at Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. And he's going to London, of course, to play the Dolphins as well. Our conversation with Shaq coming up from String Sports Brewery here in Springfield. Come on out each and every week. Jaguars All Access.
You don't think it's going to happen to you, you know. You see it all around you, but you always exempt yourself from cancer.
He presented with a big lump under his left arm that was an advanced stage of malignant melanoma.
It was exciting to know that there was new treatment out there that they're having success with.
Here at Baptist MD Anderson, they're offering the community an option that wasn't here before.
Cancer's gone. I got a second chance, and I'm very thankful for that.
Veterans, you may have earned a variety of VA benefits. Did you know VA can help you further your education and pursue professional training? The Home Loan Guarantee Program can help you buy, repair, or adapt a home. VA provides housing support if you find yourself homeless or at risk of homelessness. And don't forget world-class health care. Learn more about these and other VA benefits. Visit choose.va.gov.
All right, I'm done shopping. We're gonna buy that air fryer.
Wait, are you sure you found the best price?
I think so.
Did you use a coupon code?
Yeah, none of them worked.
Okay, well, let me just log into my cash back thing. Oh, what's my password?
Why don't you just use price.com? It scans thousands of websites to find the best price, automatically applies coupon codes, and you get cash back.
Oh, yeah.
Price.com. Maximize your savings.
You have to plug it in.
The local sports powerhouse of CBS 47 and Fox 30, combined with your Jacksonville Jaguars to deliver unmatched Jaguars content all year long. Your home for all 17 regular season Jaguar games. Your home for 8 local Jag shows every week. Your home to the area's #1 sports team. For everything Jags, take hold of the power of Action Sports Jacks and your official stations of the Jaguars on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter.
Well, look at that, Logan Cook. He's a new daddy.
Congratulations to him and his wife, Mary. And by the way, Logan's a big outdoorsman, big hunter, fisherman. Him and his wife were shooting their bows Friday night. A few days later, they have a baby.
That's awesome. Congrats to them. One of the best punters, by the way, in the NFL. Hey, say hello to our player of the week and our coach of the week. Jaguars Prep and Friday Night Blitz brings you to String Sports Brewery, and that is Urshad JC from Episcopal. And Demetric Jackson, former Gator, by the way, for Columbia High School in year number 1, doing a terrific job, coming off a big win over Riverside. Congrats to those guys and all the high schoolers. Each and every week we'll honor a coach and a player on the Friday Night Blitz. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman back here at Strings. Jaguars All Access presented by Fields Auto Group. Shaquill Griffin, well, he's heading over across the pond as well this week. What does he think about playing the Miami Dolphins? He joins Ashlyn Sullivan from Jaguars.com.
We're here on Jaguars All Access with cornerback Shaquill Griffin, getting ready for a big trip to London. And I know you're no stranger to this. I heard you got a win there in 2018, so you get what this is like. So tell me about the experiences in London, and maybe have you said anything to these younger guys about this?
I feel like the main thing is the hydration was key for us when I went there last time. The main thing is getting adjusted to the time. It's going to be a big difference. So a lot of people didn't notice that, when you first fly there, with that time difference, by the time you get in the morning, you got to stay up as long as possible, when you want to get the right sleep and get on the right regimen.
Gotcha. And you mentioned looking for that first win, and I know there's so many frustration levels, and really with yourself. I know you probably do not want to talk about this. You have all these opportunities. I know you probably do not want to talk about this. You have all these opportunities, and you're not making the catch. And you talk about playing with the jug machine and trying to get this right. How do you deal with this frustration of getting over that hump?
Keeping the confidence. I know me, right after that play, I was very, very, very frustrated. Knowing me, I get very rare opportunities, during the game. So I've been trying to make the best of it. And, main thing is I got to stop overthinking it. So I just got to get back to that confidence, and not being surprised when the ball is in the air or in my area, knowing I can grab it and hang on to it. So getting that confidence back, that's the main thing. So I'm sticking with it, and I'm guaranteed I'm going to grab one this game. So that's the type of confidence I got to have.
You mentioned that confidence, and I wanted to bring up Dan Arnold had a press conference this week, and it was really interesting. He was talking about getting that first win and almost proving to yourself that you need that one win to walk on the field and say, okay, I'm confident now, and I know this team can win. Until that happens, how do you preach to these younger guys to have that swagger and have that confidence that you can still win in this league until you get that one win?
Going back to playing the game that they first fell in love with, you just got to get back to our ball. I had a nice meeting with the guys, earlier this week, about going back to playing those games for yourself. We try to dedicate so much, to our friends, our family, the fans, the coaches, the organization. Dedicate a game to yourself for once. See what that feels like.
Thank you so much for joining us on Jaguars All Access, and we will see you next show.
All right, appreciate you.
Time for our Fanatics fan question. Let's welcome in Kenny here at String Sports Brewery. And Kenny, by the way, is everywhere. He'll go to all the shows, goes to all the games we see on the road and the airports and everything. So thanks for your support of all the stuff we do and the Jaguars. And you got a question for Jeff Lageman over there. And get ready, Logs.
So, Jeff, I got to know what happened with the guaranteed win against the Titans, number one. And number two, what do you think about K'Lavon Chaisson? I can't say his name that well, but number 45, how he's been playing.
First, my prediction, I really believed that the Jaguars were going to beat the Tennessee Titans, and I thought the Tennessee Titans were ripe for the picking, and I believe the Miami Dolphins are ripe for the picking as well. All right, my opinion on K'Lavon Chaisson, that's how you say it, by the way. Okay. Outstanding game that he had. The way he affected the passer, it was a big step up for him, something that he hasn't done consistently enough. But when you have a young player that's building confidence and he has a game like that, there's no telling where he goes next. Now, he wasn't perfect, had a little bit of a mental error on a touchdown pass that Tennessee had, but it was good to see him affect the passer.
All right, when we come back here on Jaguars All Access presented by Fields Auto Group, Trevor Lawrence feels like royalty here in Jacksonville. Will he feel like royalty across the pond in London? We talk more Trevor when we come back here live at String Sports Brewery and live on Fox 30.
Introducing the new Defender. Just the thing for those little everyday trips. Good in heavy traffic. Perfect for catching up with the relatives. And dropping into the car wash en route. Giving someone a helping hand. Or beating the commute. And putting your feet up after a long day.
I've been on my get back, copper bag slow. You would never see that. Use the trap though.
Jacksonville Jaguars fans. Thrive Fantasy has partnered with your Jags to provide daily fantasy player prop contests throughout the season. Choose overs or unders on your favorite Jags athletes. Watch your picks update live and rack up points for a chance to win exclusive Jaguars prizes and experiences. Enter promo code Jaguars upon sign up for a free $5 credit. Come and prop up today.
I think it's important to have clean water first and foremost because it's good for your health.
I think we take water for granted. We need it for bathing, we need it for drinking, we need it for cooking our meals.
I'm very health conscious, and I think everybody should be health conscious. If we can take it a step further, why wouldn't you do that for yourself and for your family?
Now I can drink the water in the house. I've never done that in 20 years living here in Florida.
If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter.
Don't be the filter.
It's a place where time slows down. It's where our heroes return. And it's where the heart is. Dreamfinders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter.
All right, G-Series headlines now. Tua returns. Looks like he'll get the start on Sunday. Tottenham instead of Wembley Stadium. That will be different. And a trip for Trevor across the pond. Welcome back, Jaguars All Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman. And Merle has joined the show.
Yeah, it's my Frisbee dog, Merle. He is the fifth member of our family.
Yeah, that's cool. Listen, you either get dogs on the show or cute kids, and you win the day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's what we got.
We could do a TV show with him because literally he could teach any receiver in the National Football thing a thing or two about catching Frisbees, though.
That's right. No drops.
He does not drop the Frisbee.
Hopefully Trevor Lawrence doesn't have any drops along the way. Maybe this is the week the Jags get the win, and they will have to do it in London. Jaguars All Access. Join us next Thursday from String Sports Brewery, everybody. Thanks for joining us on Fox 30. Have a great rest of your week. You too, Merle.
Go Jaguars! Go Jaguars!
From your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, thanks for watching Jaguars All Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter.
I use it.